Hi, I'm Bass Francis Duarte from the band Mansion Harlots, and this is our behind the album story. I came up with the name for the Mansion Harlots album by thinking about how Will Gray and I both come from little villages in England that have a fair come to town once every year. And for those few days, the place becomes alive again. And I thought that that was a great analogy for our friendship. So when Mansion Harlots got back together after nearly 2 decades apart, I thought, for all of the litter our fairs leave behind, we always managed to make it to the carnival, and that's why I called the album All Around a Fairground. I think it's fair to say that this was the hardest album I've ever made. When I started it in 2017 with Rachel Newton-John in Wales, it was just a few weeks shy of me moving to California, and starting an album at that point and then completing it across 2 continents was a long process, and also more layers revealed themselves to me as being what I thought as necessary. So as I went along, I started to go, okay, this is more work than I thought it would be, but it's an album that I love, so I don't regret a thing. Writing for this album was also different for me because I wanted to revisit some old ideas of mine from Mansion Harlots back in the 90s and bring them to their final destination. And when I wrote completely new songs for the album, they had to be within what I envisaged as the spirit of Mansion Harlots now and in the future. So when Frog brought his 2 songs into the fold, Deepest Sleep and Meet Me in the Shadows, when producing the album I had to make sure that they sat cohesively with my songs, and that is what you have on the final album. So on this album, Will and I were joined by Jamie Williams on drums, Rachel Newton-John played bass on Happier Alone. You had my brother Rob, who was the original bass player in Mansion Harlots, his daughter Poppy Bell, who I wrote a song about called Poppy Bell, which is on the very same album. You had my mum Mary and my wife Andrea. And I started production work with Rachel in Wales, and then took the album to be completed with James Meader at Peak Recording in Northridge, California.